gorgeous 394 Vengeance here. Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. This is Michigan's best-selling family of toy haulers. That's saying something considering the significant concentration of dealerships here. We've got things like sand dunes in the northern middle section of the lower peninsula of Michigan. There's a lot to do in Michigan, and this has proven itself to be the #1 toy hauler in our state. Apologize for the tractor noise. We are just flying trailers out of here today, and it's been all hands on deck. We are obviously, for lack of space today, we had to park this new arrival here next to the building, and I can't do a big full swooping 360 tour, but you'll still get most of the idea. So we're going to start on the off door side, the slide out side, and go around. As we get closer, you're going to notice this real sandpaper looking skin on the end of the slide out. That's a seal gripping slide so that this seal never gets like crimped halfway in or out, because if it gets crimped, it gets gappy. If it gets gappy, you got a leak. You got a leak, you got a bad time, then you call me, and then I have a bad time, and neither of us want to go through that phone call. Docking station here for all of your water type related stuff, water fill, water hookup, outside shower. You do have a big pass-through compartment here for your basement. We'll get to that in just a moment. A big change that went through Vengeance coming into this season is they did go to a laminated shell. Previously they were a wood constructed wall with a hung fiberglass skin, which is funny because there's absolutely positively nothing wrong with it. The #1 selling RV on the market has a wood frame, not a laminated frame, and you know what? It does just fine. It's one of those perception trumps reality things. But they got tired of fighting the curve, so I went ahead and joined up with the laminated team so that it fits into what people are a little more comfortable with looking at. You can see the automotive paint on here is so highly reflective. You can see my balding head up here. Check that out, that big white nugget. Holy cow. That's it's just one of those unfortunate things. One day, Mother Nature, I just finally realized she was firing me hair by hair, and I said, I gotta just quit. But this is automotive painted. It's never going to fade on you like just a TPO cap, a plastic cap can. If you look down here, this is actually a good time to point out, you're going to see some optional equipment throughout this video. Like for instance, we put the really big 5500 awning evap generator in here, and that allows you to use all of your camper's facilities essentially when you are not hooked up to shore power, when you are dry camping. She weighs 12,870. She has a 13-foot garage. This is a big girl. Please plan accordingly, have the appropriate vehicle. If you don't know what your truck can tow or what you need to tow this, call. We're here to educate. That's why we put these whole videos together. I don't want you guessing. I don't want you overloading. Battery hookup on the side there. We see my beautiful red box, by the way. So like I said, big pass-through storage here. Even in the pass-through, we have LED lighting. And this is generous. Ladies, if your husband gets out of line, you can send him down here for the night, and he'll be okay. What's nice here is we do have triple steps on both entry doors, not a triple and a double, as you can see at some places in the industry. Like almost any toy hauler, they've got the really nice Sony marine grade speakers out here. I will admit, they do sound pretty sweet. This is a triple axle. She is a big girl, but you see those big yellow chucks between them? This is on an equal flex suspension. That's a rubberized shock dampener. It's going to soak up those shocks and jolts going down the road. Kind of like, when I'm holding my drink, and instead of letting it sit in the cup holder, I can hold that and, not have pop all over the place. When I'm in Michigan, we still call it pop. The rest of the world calls it soda or whatever, or Coke. I like when you go down south and they ask you what kind of Coke y'all want. Would you like a Pepsi? That makes me laugh. I like that. Big honking 21-foot push-button operated power awning. Easy power awning. And check this out. This thing is literally bigger than the side of our parts shop over here. This thing is a big girl. And you see the patio party deck on the back here. LED lighting is under the awning, by the way. Patio party deck, super popular feature, because when you get to your destination, it allows you to turn this thing from just a toy hauler into a multi-purpose RV. This becomes like a crossover in a sense. We have a built-in outside 3 Seasons room, because this does have a pull-down, roll-down screen wall, not one of those hand-rolled tent things, which is better than nothing, don't get me wrong, but I would take this over that any day of the week. The ramp is rated for 3,000 pounds for loading, 1,500 in the camping position as you see it currently, and they did switch to the new Lippert gate system on here. The patio deck system, it sets up in about half the time, and it's so much easier to manipulate. The ramp has a pretty aggressive grit on it so that you don't slip when you're loading. And if you do look, this is pretty severely dovetailed, so again, you're not going to bottom out and rip pipes off a fully dressed bike or anything like that. We like to add this little extra indoor-outdoor carpet here so that when you do reach your destination, you can use this like living space and not just feel like, yeah, well, there's the garage back there. It gives it kind of that homey feel, you know, and it's not like a big expensive thing by any stretch. Again, that nice little roll-down wall. Now, one thing I like about theirs is you can lock it halfway down. You don't have to roll it all the way down to the floor. So you can kind of use it in a couple different ways, and it's a slow rise, so it's not going to go whack and like wake everybody up. The Happy Jack bed system, the power bed lift we have in this, not uncommon in the industry. In fact, pretty darn standard at this stage. But I like to point out that the new version of this can allow for either maximum load height by folding the sofas against the wall, or maximum load width by folding the sofas up. And that is a roughly king-ish sized bed above that, king, queen, somewhere in there. Everything in the RV business is a couple inches off residential, so keep that in mind too. This is a tongue and groove plywood floor deck. You're going to see heavy duty recessed D-rings down here, 5,000 pound capacity rings. Before they run those screws through the floor, they actually pump it full of a glue called Sikaflex, which just straight up and down rocks. That stuff's great. It's literally the stuff holding the windshield in your car right now, so you didn't even realize how much you already knew about Sikaflex. How often have you been going down the road and just watched a windshield fall out of a car? It doesn't happen. When they've pull tested these, they have actually pull tested over 5,000, but in the world of lawyers, they have to underrate everything. And what actually failed was the ring itself, not the floor mount. There was zero damage to the floor, so they could just replace the D-rings and be ace, you know. You see we do have the washer-dryer prep right there. That's what this fella is right here in this region. And up here in the corner you see a nice little TV station over here. And it's the perfect little area. You can put a little flat screen up there. You've got all your hookups. And there's like multi-zone entertainment here. You have different interior and garage entertainment systems. So you can have like 2 or 3 different things going on at once. Now, you may have noticed these big black shades down here. Those button over these giant windows that you see in a Vengeance. And these big windows are here to give you maximum light, and they do open for airflow. This one does right here, as well as these little air vents you see up in the corner. But if you want to black it out in here, and you want to just like, if you need to sleep in the dark, you snap these things up there, no one can see in. Or if you're going down the road, you don't want people nosing around at what you might have in your fancy Vengeance toy hauler, you can block out the sun there too. And these things hug flat against the wall, so you don't have to worry about your handlebars maybe accidentally ripping off a window treatment. These are 102-inch wide body. They're max body width before you need a wide load regulation type sign on your RV. So that is another benefit to Vengeance toy haulers. And when you walk in, you're just going to be assaulted by a lot of very nice looking things. And I'm going to try to cover these quickly. New flooring this year. Man, do I love that. I like the angular nature of that, but it still has a very natural look and tone to it. Geez, where do I even start with this? I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to kind of start up here and work my way around. We're going to start with the slide. So this is a big super slide. One of the things I like about it is how it's kind of almost a traditional slide setup with a dinette and a sofa instead of the big party couch. And the party couch is cool, but one of the things I enjoy most about Vengeances is how just down to earth they are. And that's the whole thing with Vengeance. It's everything you need and nothing you don't. It's all thriller, no filler, you know? Like here, you know, your dinette, they add the slide-out storage drawers under both sides of that to get easy access to that. And they have some seriously thick padding on these. This is not cheap by any means. I can get you a cheaper toy hauler. That's not a problem. It won't be nice like this. It has exceptionally tall slide-outs. I haven't measured them recently. They're like 7.5-ish, somewhere between 7.5 and 8 foot tall. They're huge. They're giant walk-in slides. So we can have a full big dinette, a nice full, very plush padded recliner set here. And then we can still have big windows in the sides. Notice the little blue LED accents up here. Actually, everything is LED in this. But you'll see these nice accent lights periodically through the RV. Another really neat thing, every single light in the main cabin here has a wall switch. So you don't have to be 10 foot tall. Walk over here, flip off the lights, there you go. And another neat thing is these switches are backlit. So you can actually see them in the dark if you're muddling your way through the trailer. The window shades In the primary living space here are nicer, let me try to get, there we go, a nicer wooden plantation style blind. Those are a little more rugged and they can be cleaned because toy haulers tend to go off-road a lot more than a normal RV, so they can pick up some extra debris here and there. This is awesome. I love this arrangement right here because between the master bed up front, you've got the Happy Jack bed in the back, and then the lower sofas can fold down into a bed. Plus we have a loft up here. You can easily sleep 8 people in here, so we don't need a hide-a-bed. But you know what we do need is a nice living room, and that's exactly what this provides. You have 2 individual recliner-style kickouts and a very plush padded sofa. It's awesome. Again, everything that matters, nothing that doesn't. Talked about the loft. Yes, there is a ladder to help you get up there. That may have actually, you probably saw the ladder hanging from the Happy Jack bed when we were back in the garage. That's not normally where it goes. It's just a convenient place while the RV's here for show to store that. So you've got like another couple sleeping space up here. But the neat part is if you don't need to sleep people up here, ta-da, we have a loft. And that's why Vengeance Toy Haulers have been by far and away our #1 seller to folks like pipeliners who live in this thing and they work out of it every single day. That's exactly who loves this thing, you know. It's something that they can feel proud of owning. It's something that is going to save you tens of thousands of dollars compared to a lot of other big fifth wheel toy haulers out there. And tell me what's missing. All the important stuff is here. Now, the things that you're going to use and touch and feel every single day have been upgraded. Like, for instance, you see the nice LG solid surface countertops here in the kitchen. You see the nice pull-out sprayer with the recessed kitchen sink down below. Now, neat little thing they've done is they've added some indirect lighting under the countertop. You see that just to give that sense of openness and brightness. It does make a difference. And I do like the rich wood tones they have against the contrast of the light walls here. Though I'm not an interior designer, I leave all those important decisions to my wife because I will get them wrong. Now, instead of putting a microwave up here where it's dumb, because if you're pulling out a bowl of hot soup or something like that, you're going to spill it on yourself eventually because gravity pulls things down and you're below it. So they put the microwave, which is a convection oven actually, down here below a recessed cooktop. So this is a normal 3-burner stove. Again, still solid surface countertops over here in the slide with a glass top on the recessed stove here. Now, the other thing that can do is when you are cooking, that folds up to be your grease shield, your backer, and that'll keep your window from getting all gunked up. The window does open for ventilation. And check this out. We've got a little appliance station over here, power outlet, area for a coffee maker, things like that, which is also what you see over in this direction because we do have that power outlet over here on the side as well. 8 cubic foot refrigerator freezer, by the way. Man, you know what? Let me back up. I want to show you all the storage down here because this does have quite a bit of storage. Allow me a moment to open everything, please. So just take a look at all the storage you have just under the island. You know, that's quite a bit. You have a lot of storage capacity going on here. It is 10 pounds of sugar in a 5-pound sack. And yes, I am aware that is not normally how the phrase goes, but I do try to be somewhat professional in my goofball antics. These are all 50 amp service. They're, I think that the bedroom AC is an option. We put that in almost all of these big Vengeances that we actively stock. But remember, this video could be a little different from the one we have in stock. Equipment packages and graphics and things change slightly often as the year rolls through, so this video can get a little dated over time. Never hesitate to call, and God forbid you just come here and meet us and see the unit in person. What a crazy idea that is. You know, I give these videos here to give you an idea, but you still want to come put your hands on it eventually. Space heating, electric fireplace. We all call it that. And a lot of people go, I don't need a fireplace. Then they find out that you don't need to burn up your propane to electrically heat your RV, and they go, oh, that's sweet. We do like to put a bigger TV in these whenever we can. I love just that rosy cherry wood tone look they have going. It's very deep and rich. And you see the nicer Samsung entertainment system up here as well. So what they've done here is really neat. It's kind of an extension of what you see in travel trailers. A lot of travel trailers have a center island entertainment center with a bedroom right behind it. Well, they kind of shifted that a little bit, and they extended the upstairs a little bit. So you go this way, you get the bedroom. You go this way, you have direct bathroom access, which is neat because you can walk in that door, whoosh, right up to the bathroom right there. Let's take a tour of that real quick. More of that beautiful looking flooring. I'm a sucker for that stuff. So foot flush stool, you know, so you don't need your face near your business. Now in the kitchen, you saw solid surface countertops. Everywhere else, you're seeing thermal foil waterproof sealed countertops. These things can't get spongy. They can't get water in them. You know, it's a sealed pressed membrane, so that's not an issue. You see, we have lots of open countertop space here. And right over here, this is like blow dryer central, or, you know, electric shaver central at that power outlet right there. And I like how the outlet's not directly next to the sink. Never understood why they do that so much. Vengeance is a cousin to the Cherokee family of RVs, and one of the common threads you'll find there is the largest medicine cabinet in their class. Doesn't sound like a neat feature until you realize you use that thing every single day, and then you really learn to appreciate it. It's huge. It's just the biggest one on the market. And you're not gonna have any trouble fitting into this shower. Even big goofball idiots like me can fit in there. And obviously there's plenty of headroom up here in the bathroom and the bedroom by extension, because they are on the same level deck. And you have a sliding pocket door here for privacy as well. All those backlit switches, again, you walk in at night and you can barely see, you're gonna really appreciate little things like that. The bedroom here, let me click on these lights, and you know, 4 lights just on the ceiling alone here, and what a difference that makes. So this is the Vengeance King bed. It's a little shorter than a traditional king, but you're in an RV. Please understand that you can't have everything exactly like it is at home, but it is a full king width, so that you do have that extra, you know, arm, you know, elbow room in there, so to speak. So we have a single hanging wardrobe here. We have a ton more storage in the wardrobe closet we haven't got to yet. You see outlets right up next to the headboard over here. And what's kind of cool about this is you can shift this bed side to side a little bit depending on how much space you need either way. Because going down the road, this slide out is actually going to push the bed over to the wall. And you're going to see a big gap there. Then when you get to your destination, you can just pull the mattress back over. And even with just one hand, you see how easy that is. It's not hard. Great storage above the bed too, and you may have noticed we did add the second air conditioner in here. So this is your wardrobe slide, and it is huge. You see you've got 2 full tall wardrobes in here with 4 big dresser drawers, and I love the open counter. That's like perfect to throw a laptop or something, or just, I don't know, something decorative. And another big wardrobe on the side. You do have room for a TV up here in the bedroom if you are so inclined to add one there. You'll see the matching bracket throughout various areas of the RV. You know, there's a whole bunch of different things you can do with this. The tricky thing with the toy hauler is, in a lot of senses, it's like a blank canvas. You can equip it so many different personalized, specialized ways that you know, they're always going to be it's just like when you buy a house, there's always going to be a measure of personal touch and customization you will personally need to apply to it. But everything that matters is here. It's done right, it's done well, it's clean, it's neat. And I gotta tell you, you know, looking at this thing from the outside or the inside, either way, man, they got a dynamite look to them. That is a fact. So give us a call, 800-256-5196, Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Take care, everybody. Thank you very much. Hope you learned something. Stay safe. Happy camping.